Shadow Dragonair into Piloswine. Kaia's team ABA weak to ice, but Shadow Dragonair really doesn't care about typings. Kaia stays in, takes the extra, he's going to shield up the Avalanche. This is actually a pretty good matchup for Dragonair in the one shield if you play it correctly. Kaia farms up to the back-to-back Aqua Tails. Does the opponent want to make a play at taking switch advantage? Yes, they do. First Aqua Tail forces the Protect Shield, and the second one is going to secure the knockout. Dragonair is a Piloswine counter confirmed. Welcome back to the channel. I'll be honest, I wasn't intending to make any Evolution Cup videos because this meta is pretty boring in my humble opinion. However, my good friend 25 Kaia Princess was able to go from 2700 all the way to Legend with this team, and I know a lot of people are still looking to climb, so I thought we'd get this video out there. I didn't even record my own Legend run in the Evolution Cup, but as if like fate, 25 Kaia Princess's first opponent is Oliviero G. Someone I was watching on the Underground and the person who I got the team off for the team that I hit Legend with. So huge shout out to both the Underground and Oliviero G. Without any further ado, let's get into the battles. And in game one, we see the Nightmare lead. Shadow Dragonair into Steel Wing Legacy Togetic. So unlike Oliviero, I was playing this team for the whole of Go Battle Day. I always looked to chip and dip with Vigaroth safe switch, because maintaining that positive alignment of Togetic into Dragonair is pretty much G's to the G's. However, Kaia Princess, most certainly we're looking to make a play at switch advantage, and just like that, we flipped alignment, which should flip the game. So point to note, when you're playing this Evolution Cup, never enter the mirror behind an energy. Kaia now has the correct alignment. We can send our own dragon into the opposing Dragonair. Kaia not interested in shielding up. We're just going to let the Body Slam go through. Say 2 shields for our Bat, and Bat should pretty much have no problem sweeping. Oliviero certainly won't be shielding up the first Poison Fang. You can see it still lands for huge damage. Shadow Golbat is such a menace in this meta. It's so incredibly spammy, taking only 5 wing attacks to the Poison Fang and 7 to the Shadow Ball. The opponent finally invests the Protect Shield. Kaia will just 2 shield here. The opponent's going to reach back-to-back charge moves. At this stage, even an Aerial Ace or Aerial Ace will be lethal. However, Dragonair unfortunately won't be reaching another charge move. Kaia gets the full wing attack farm down. We do throw the Poison Fang just to lower the opponent's defense. The opponent, of course, will be investing that Protect Shield, but 2 or 3 wing attacks is going to be all she wrote, and we're off to a 1-0 start. Heading into the next battle, we see the Battle of Dragons. Dragonair versus Hakamoto. Hakamoto actually does win this, as they do have slightly more bulk, but it actually looks like this one has pretty trash IVs, and the damage output is pretty much the same. We go straight for the Body Slam, do force that Protect Shield. We get the opponent incredibly low, but Kaia pretty happy to get shield advantage for his backline. We send out Golbat. Even in its shadow form, it's got reasonable bulk. You can see the Dragon Claw doesn't do all that much damage. We've got shield advantage and a running start on our Bat, and the opponent sends out Chansey. These battles were played on Go Battle Day. Why the fuck were people using Chansey on Go Battle Day? I have no idea. We throw the Poison Fang, and there's the pivot into Vigaroth, drawing out Dusclops. This cheeky little monkey is a pure normal type, so the quick move of Hex is double resisted. Unfortunately for us, the opponent is a Shadow, so pretty much 2 rock sides are going to be lethal with the additional double resisted counter damage. You can see the counters have got this thing down below half health. Kaia going to tank 1 move, Ice Punch. Not the best move, especially from such a defense weighted Pokemon. Kaia recognising a Body Slam bait would be incredibly risky. Go straight for the rock slide. Rock slide isn't lethal, however does now put this Ghost into counter farm down range. Kaia opting to save his final Protect Shield. We then see the Simul swap, the opponent not wanting to get farmed down. Kaia reads the opponent like a book, and he's going to start spamming out Poison Fang after Poison Fang. Chansey is hitting Golbat for super effective with the Zen Headbutts, but you can't really tell. As they're so defense weighted, it's essentially doing nothing. Golbat was in the red, but still able to make multiple Poison Fangs, lowering the ridiculous defense stat over and over again. Kaia will be investing in the final Protect Shield, and what's likely a Psychic, the opponent of course will be fishing for that debuff. However, the RNG gods say, if you're going to use this bullshit bulky egg, you're not getting any RNG like Kaia. Fires off the Body Slam, forcing the opponent's final Protect Shield. Vigaroth able to make Body Slam number 2, finally securing the knockout on Chansey, and we're going to double resist to counter farm down Dusclops and take that game. Heading into the next battle, we see Shadow Dragonair into the mirror. This is going to be a blink and you miss it moment, the absolute opposite to when you see Chansey on the battlefield. Kaia loses the CMP tie, and he's just going to elect to let Dragonair go down. Body Slam does secure the knockout. However, this does give Vigaroth a running start. We come in, get the counter farm down. Out comes Hakamoto, Kaia throws 1 counter and the body slam for optimal fast move time in 2 turn. Into 3 turn, of course, you want to throw 1 counter, 4 or 7. We then pivot out into Golbat, drawing out as wireless, triple dragon, a very interesting team idea. Can I blame people for using this in Go Battle Day? Absolutely not. However, is it the best team? Again, absolutely not. It has some very hard counters. Essentially, if you see a Togetic, I think you just top left, as all 3 dragons are using a dragon type quick move which will be double resisted into the fairy typing. Kaia finally forces Protect Shield with the Poison Fang. He shields up the incoming body slam, commits to the full wing attack, farm down, back out. Comes Hakamoto, Kaia again very disciplined, 1 wing attack and the charge move, permanently debuffing this Hakamoto's defense, then send out Vigaroth, who will survive any 1 move. The opponent fires off the Dragon Claw, we withstand the damage. Kaia going to be able to reach the body slam, and that is going to be all she wrote. GG's and thanks for playing. As I said in the intro, Kaia was able to gain around 350 ELO with his team. However, we're just going to be showcasing the final 4 sets from 28 something all the way to claiming the Libre. In the next battle we see Shadow Dragonair into Piloswine with ABA weak to Ice. However, Shadow Dragonair really doesn't care about typings. It's a pretty nice matchup. In the 1 shield you can see Kaia took the extra, then farms up to the back-to-back. If the opponent shields the first, they're going to lose charge move pro event on the second, and just like that, Dragonair is going to be a Piloswine counter confirmed. We can see Kaia looking to save switch, saving his Dragonair as a potential 3rd shield. We send out Golbat, and the opponent sends out Dusclops. Kaia going for a very risky Poison Fang bait, but Poison Fang forces the opponent's final Protect Shield. Do they attempt to catch the Shadow Ball? No, they don't. It's going to be high Dusclops by Dusclops. Shadow Ball going to be massive overkill with the defense drop. Out comes Vigaroth, and the opponent is going to concede the match. Moving on to the next one. Shadow Dragonair into Dusclops. Shout out my friend King GBL, who calls this thing Daddy Dusclops because it's so incredibly thick. It's one of the few Pokemon that put up pretty good defense against this oppressive Dragon Breath damage. You can see even the Dragon Breaths and the Aqua Tail don't get this thing anywhere near the red. Kaia shields up the Ice Punch. Dragonair can tank an Ice Punch, but it's not pretty. You're about to see, despite Dusclops being incredibly defense weighted, that lands for huge damage. Kaia does commit to the full Dragon Breath farm down. However, we have committed a Protect Shield and we leave on minimal health. We fire off the Body Slam and the incoming Vigaroth, and again we see the pivot. Kaia never wants to get farmed down. He's always looking to save his Pokemon and not give the opponent any free farm. We fire off the Body Slam, forcing a Protect Shield. Kaia was actually pretty fortunate that we managed to deny Vigaroth the counter coming in. That isn't how the game is intended to work. The opponent sends out Primeape, and we should be in a pretty good position from here. Kaia waiting out his clock, as we've still got that 3rd shield we probably shouldn't have, saving it as a potential sack swap. We send out Golbat. We're not going to shield the first move in case the opponent fires off the Night Slash, fishing for the boost. Kaia actually opts to throw the Poison Fang, putting shield and emphasis on the opponent. The opponent actually choose to let themselves go down. Vigaroth's going to have a very tough time of counter farming down Golbat, as due to our fly and poison typing, these counters are double resisted. The opponent looking to double up on charge moves. Golbat says no, wing attack farms down, and Kaia goes a very nice 5-0 in set number 1. This should put Kaia into the 2900s in striking distance of Legend. We start the next set at 29-23. We see Shadow Dragonair into the regular Dragonair. You can play this matchup one of 3 ways if you look to stay in. You can farm up throw on the CMP side, hoping you win. You can make a catch, or you can 1-shield and farm down. However, this opponent actually missed a Dragon Breath. If you rewind, you can visually see they didn't get one, which means we'll simulcare. So the opponent's actually down a Protect Shield, which puts Kaia in a very nice position. We come in with Vigaroth, get the counter farm down. We've not only got shield advantage, but the opponent sends out their own Vigaroth behind an energy. Kaia goes straight for the Body Slam, getting Vigaroth down to around 50% health. We see Kaia invest his first Protect Shield, giving us shield parity. However, we're ahead in this mirror. Kaia gonna farm up, throw the Body Slam one before the opponent reaches their own, not taking any chances on CMP. The opponent invests their final Protect Shield. Kaia happy to keep shield advantage for Golbat. Essentially in this meta, Golbat up a Protect Shield pretty much beats everything. The opponent sends out Chansey. And have we found something we can't beat? Chansey has 1 bazillion HP. It actually has 460 in the Great League, which is absolutely ridiculous. Chansey is hitting us for super effective with the Zen Headbutts, but like I said previously, they pretty much do fuck all. Zen Headbutts are a dreadful move, and Chansey has 0 attack. Kaia gonna shield up the Psychic. Hopefully we don't get the defense shot, which we don't. The annoying thing here is the opponent has the potential to reset this debuff, as they did keep Vigaroth alive. However, Vigaroth is so low, it won't be making another charge move. Kaia just needs to be mindful of a potential catch. You can see Golbat's damage output, pretty impressive. The opponent doesn't make that catch, and that will be sealing the deal. Poison Fang secures the knockout, back out, comes Vigaroth, they get wing attack farm down, and we take that game. In the next battle, we see Dragonair into Togetic. Last time we was able to overcome this lead, we see the instant pivot into Vigaroth. It looks like this opponent is looking to stay in and chip and dip. Interesting that Kaia goes straight for the body slam, knowing the opponent won't shield as we haven't got the energy for a rock slide. Looks like Kaia's just looking to get off some damage. The opponent lightly chip a dip. Holy crap, they full send a dazzling gleam. I was not expecting that. Kaia gonna return the favour, sending the rock slide. I cannot believe the opponent completely sacked Togetic. As I said previously, if I was the opponent, I would have just chipped with the Aerial Ace or Ancient Power, whatever their second move is, and then send in Vigaroth. If you're going to lead Togetic, you just want to keep it aligned with this Dragonair, as it's pretty much a free win, as the Steel Wings do hit for neutral and our Dragon Breath would be double resisted. Kaia sent Dragonair out into this Vigaroth. We shield up the Body Slam, force the Protect Shield back with the Body Slam on the CMP tie. We actually invest our final Protect Shield, then pivot into Golbat, drawing out Hakamoto. For the first time in the video, you can see Kaia doesn't throw at the best time, and is that going to cost us? Golbat getting torn apart by the Dragon Tails. If we survive this, we've got the move. Golbat, please be thick. Holy, 1 HP and a dream. We're able to survive, get off the Poison Fang. Poison Fang secures the knockout. One counter takes us out, as we've literally got about 1 HP. We send back out Dragonair, reach the Body Slam, and we manage to take an incredibly close game. GG's to both trainers. I believe that puts Kaia at 8-0, a very nice win streak. In the next battle, we see another Battle of Dragons. Kaia arguably has 2 better responses in the back. We stay in, farm up, throw the Body Slam, winning the CMP tie. Body Slam will be forcing a Protect Shield, and I think this is going to be an instant no-shield from Kaia. Recognising he's going to be able to counter farm down with Vigaroth before they reach another charge. We send in Vigaroth. The opponent not wanting to get farmed down, send out Charger Bug. We farm up to the Rockside bait with the Body Slam, and the opponent calls it. Rockside is more energy efficient because it is of course super effective due to Charger Bug's bug subtyping. It does 55%. It's 1.5 DPE. Body Slam is 1.2 DPE. You can see 2 Body Slam doesn't put this thing into counter farm down range. Kaia though recognising you can tank another X's. It does commit to the very aggressive counter farm down. We leave with the Charger, which we're looking to bank, and we pivot out into Golbat. Once again, we see Dusclops in the back. Last time, he went for the bait. Let's see how he plays this one. We see Kaia invest the final protection on the Ice Punch. He overfarms, goes straight for the Shadow Ball. Does the opponent respect the damage? Yes, they do. Kaia's got to be mindful. The opponent still has artifacts alive. They attempt to make a catch. Kaia holds his energy, goes for the wing attack, farm down. And the opponent brutally makes the last second Dragon Claw. And unfortunately, Kaia's win streak is going to come to an end. Very well played, that opponent. Moving on to the next one. Shadow Dragonair into Daddy Dusclops. A very cool shiny from the opponent. What a flex. Not the best matchup for Dragonair. Even if we commit 1 shield and the opponent commits 0, we are literally left on minimal HP. Let's see if that's how Kaia plays this one out. He farms up, throws the Aqua Tail just before the next Ice Punch. Dusclops essentially operates much like Jellicent. If you want to know the counts, Ice Punch and Surf both cost 40 energy. So it's going to be 4 for the first and 3 for the 2 after that. This opponent actually opts to invest the protection on Dusclops. Not that they needed to, as they would have survived that next Aqua Tail, allowing us to actually win the 1 shield. So if you're going to play Dusclops into Dragonair, I definitely recommend the 0-1 rather than the 1-1. Winning switch turns out to be absolutely huge for Kaia, as we can now align Golbat onto this Primate rather than have it aligned against our Vigaroth. The opponent goes for the Night Slash bait. Kaia calls it like a savage, throws the Poison Fang, even goes for a cheeky undercharge, anticipating a no-shield. The opponent actually opts to shield. Kaia is going to be able to wing attack farm all the way down. The opponent recognising they're going to get farmed down, send out Vigaroth. We give them the debuff effect and send out our own Vigaroth. As with debuff their defense, these counters are now doing absurd damage. Kaia's easily able to tank the Body Slam, commit to the full counter farm down, and we can even BM Rockside the Primate and take that game. The opponent not wanting that smoke, concede the match. Moving on to the next one. Some Shadow on Shadow crime. This is probably the worst lead we can possibly see, as unlike Piloswine, we get outpaced and they have considerably more bulk. They go straight for the body slam, which we survive. Kaia gonna return fire with the body slam. It looks like how he likes to play this one out is just soft lose lead. The opponent actually does a huge favour, shielding up the body slam. However, despite investing that Protect Shield, the opponent makes a very heads up play, recognising if we stay in such a bad matchup, we likely have something else in the back that doesn't want to see Celio, and of course that would be our Golbat. The opponent sends out Primate. We invest the Protect Shield. I think if I was Kaia, I would have just tanked that, to be honest, as we know Celio will be returning. Again, I'm really not sure on this shield, because we would survive a body slam and would get this Poison Fang off anyway. Let's see if Kaia pulls this one off. It's not looking promising. The opponent invests their final Protect Shield. However, they are going to be able to outpace to the body slam, and Shadow on Shadow Crime. This will be securing the knockout. Vigaroth has so much work ahead of it. In the back is a Feint Attack Dusclops, and unfortunately, this is going to be a loss. 2 Rock Slides with a whole heap of counter damage will be lethal. However, Feint Attack and 2 Ice Punches will also be lethal. The opponent going to throw the first Ice Punch, which will do over half our remaining health. We return fire with Rock Slide number 2, which I don't think is going to be lethal. We need it to knock out. It does not. The opponent reaches the next Ice Punch, and unfortunately, we are going to take the loss. No, the opponent actually undercharged. Shout out this opponent. Being what we like to call a paid actor, we're able to Rock Slide the Celio and win that game. Respect where respect's due. A lot of people don't like paid actors, but it is what it is. Kaia gets a lifeline, going 4-1 in set number 2. We start set number 3 at 29.61, needing a 4-1 to hit Legend. Dragonair into Golbat. A pretty neutral lead. Golbat does outpace us as they're straight 5s to Poison Fang. This opponent goes straight for the debuff, and we see the instant no shield deployed. We tank the Poison Fang, return fire with the body slam. Body slam won't be lethal but might force a shield. The opponent does invest that Protect Shield, and we then enter the mirror. It's Shadow versus Shiny. Tough decision to make. The opponent builds up to a potential Shadow Ball. We invest that Protect Shield, and the opponent bait us with a Fang like a savage and then send out Charger Bug. Kaia looking to go for a bait of his own, forcing a Protect Shield. Bait for bait. That allows Golbat to reach the Shadow Ball with a lower defense. This Shadow Ball rocks Charger Bug deep into the red, and it's CMP. Golbat putting in work. My God, is Golbat good. The opponent even go for X Scissor, which does allow him a farm down. However, we do get off 2 further wing attacks. Interesting that Kaia opted to send in Vigaroth rather than Dragonair. Dragonair would have been able to farm down, but it looks like Kaia wanted energy on his Vigaroth. Vigaroth has a shield advantage. The opponent send back out Golbat and then make a very nice catch, catching the body slam onto their own Vigaroth. Despite making a very nice catch, Kaia still sitting in a pretty good position. The opponent plays it incredibly risky, playing to CMP. They've obviously got an attack weighted Vigaroth. However, Kaia can just let Vigaroth go down, Dragon Breath farm all the way down with Dragonair, leave with the body slam, and body slam is going to be more than enough to knock out Golbat, and Kaia takes the dub. GG's, and thanks for playing. Heading into the next battle, we see Shadow Dragonair into Golbat, also a Shadow. This is what I like to call Shadow on Shadow Crime. Golbat farms up, goes straight for the Poison Fang. Poison Fang not the hardest hitting move, but Shadow on Shadow Crime still gets us below half health. We attempt to throw the body slam. The opponent makes a very nice catch onto Vigaroth. We're going to enter the mirror. As we've chipped this thing, we should be able to get alignment. Let's see how Kaia wants to play us out. We see the instant shield deployed on the incoming body slam. We're then going to throw 4 counters, throw the body slam, 1 before CMP. The opponent's so low. I doubt they shield this, and they don't. Kaia is down on Protect Shield, but Vigaroth still pretty healthy and has residual energy, good to go. The opponent waiting out their clock. They send back out Golbat. We farm up to the rock side bait with the body slam. Body slam forces the opponent's Protect Shield. The opponent is now going to be able to take us out with a Poison Fang on the CMP tie. Very nice count in from the opponent. Exactly what you'd expect around Legend ELO. Roles have now reversed as this Golbat has residual energy. We decide to send out our old Golbat, enter the mirror. We're now in the bait game. Does Kaia call the Fang, shield the Shadow Ball, or if we get baited with a Fang, that is brutal. The opponent then send out Zweilous, and we really need to reset this debuff, which we do instantly. We send out Dragonair. Dragonair very quickly gets Dragon Breath farm down. Unfortunately, shielding that Poison Fang is going to cost us, as the opponent could shield this up, throw the Dark Balls, they could let it go and throw the Shadow Ball. Looks like the opponent doesn't want Golbat to return to the battlefield, opt to shield Zweilous, throw the Dark Balls, and unfortunately we take the loss. 1-1 in the Legend set, needing to win the next 3 battles to hit Legend, and we see a great lead. Even better for us that Charger Bug is opting to stay in. These Dragon Breaths tearing through the little bug. Kaia farms up, throws the Body Slam lands, rocking Charger Bug incredibly low. The opponent farm up to the back-to-back X Scissors. Does that Dragon Breath knock out? Oof, no it doesn't. Kaia is going to lose the zeros, however we can send in either Pokemon and get a running start. Kaia going to send out Golbat, and I like this play with Charger Bug out the way. Golbat should be decent against the remainder of the opponent's team. The opponent thinking about what they want to send out Shadow Dragonair, and this is going to be a very nice matchup for Golbat, especially as we've got a running start. The Poison Fang goes unshielded. Kaia can now shield once. Wing attack farm all the way down, and then whatever is in the back is about to get debuffed into oblivion. If I was a betting man, I'd say the answer is going to be Vigaroth, and there it is. Kaia going to be able to double debuff this opponent before they even reach a Body Slam. They're now 3 away. We're also 3 away. The opponent plays to a CMP tie. They do not win, and this is just curtains for the opponent. We're now in the 1-to-1 shield. However, they've got a 2-stage lower defense. Kaia knows this is game over. We send in our own Vigaroth, blink, and you might miss it. We're going to easily be able to counter farm down and take that game. In the next battle, we see Shadow Dragonair into Hakamo O. Some more dragon on dragon action. This is going to be a very quick, fast move beatdown. Neither trainer plays to CMP. The opponent actually bank their energy, send out Golbat. We chip them with the Body Slam. Looks like Kaia happy to stay in, force the energy off the opponent. Dragonair has done its job, so we're just going to let it go down. The Body Slam and Dragon Breath damage has put this thing into Body Slam range. I think it's interesting that Kaia is actually waiting out his clock here. I'd have sent Vigaroth straight in, as the opponent would be switch locked and we're not. So I think Kaia's done them a bit of a favour, allowing them to call off their timer. We overfarm, fire off the Body Slam. I imagine Hakamoto will be returning. This is why I wouldn't have waited out my clock. You can see we're spamming the switch. The opponent actually send out Primate, ABA Fighters, and Golbat is about to feast. The opponent goes for the obvious Night Slash, hoping Kaia doesn't invest that Protect Shield, but he's smart on that. He keeps as much health on his bat as possible. The opponent then pivots back out into Hakamoto. We force a Protect Shield with the Poison Fang. The opponent looking to double up on charge moves. They don't get their Golbat. Going to be able to wing attack farm all the way down. Primate is going to be forced to shield up this Poison Fang. We're not even going to get taken out with an Ice Punch. The opponent actually opts to tank the first. It has far too much damage, and the opponent is going to concede the match. GG's, and thanks for playing. In the next battle, we see Shadow Dragonair into Piloswine. A pretty good matchup in the one shield if you can throw at good timing. Kaia farms up, throws perfectly in the middle of the Powder Snow animation. He goes straight for the Aqua Tail. As the opponent shields first, an argument could be made that he could let this go. However, it looks like Kaia pretty happy with his good timing, opting to play out the one shield. We're going to reach the Aqua Tail on the CMP tie. Is the opponent willing to invest both Protect Shields? No, they're not. We have lead. You see the instant pivot into Golbat to greet the incoming Dusclops. As the opponent's staying in, it's got to be another Vigaroth, right? We shield up the Ice Punch. We're then going to farm up. We're going for a very risky Poison Fang bait. Does the opponent call the bait? No, they don't. We've now got to be super mindful of the opponent making that catch. The opponent doesn't make the catch. High Dusclops, by Dusclops. And of course, it is going to be Vigaroth, and that is going to be game over. This Poison Fang is going to permanently debuff Vigaroth's defense. They can't even overfarm all that much. They're going to have to throw before the next Poison Fang, which they do. We can just send out our own Vigaroth. They're not going to be able to output enough damage to get rid of us. The opponent only going to reach one move. Even if they're on something stupid like Brick Break, it won't get the job done. The opponent does throw the Rock Slide. It does slightly more damage than the Body Slam. We reach our own Body Slam and Kaia takes the dub. And that is going to clutch up a very nice 4-on-1 to get us over the line at reaching Legend. Congratulations, Body. Well deserved as always. Despite Kaia reaching Legend in this set, that isn't the end of the video. He was kind enough to send us 4 sets. He said a lot of his locals wanted to know how the team worked. So we've got one more set to get ahead around this team. If you're still looking to climb, I really hope you reach your goals. Even if you don't, I didn't reach Legend last season. Don't let it disappoint you. There's never losses in life, only lessons. Moving on to the next battle. We see Shadow Dragonair into Dusclops wearing some kind of silly hat or perhaps a flower crown. I have no idea, but it looks stupid. This is one of the more tricky leads for the team, as Dusclops is an XL Pokemon and it has a very big defense stack. Kaia shields up the first Ice Punch, the opponent farms to the back-to-back. We are going to survive this, but we're going to leave incredibly low. We've got to be mindful the opponent might look to snipe. Just as I say that, the opponent sends out Vigaroth. Kaia reacts quick enough, gets off the body slam, saves his Dragonair as a potential sack swap, and enters the mirror. We see the instant no shield deployed on the incoming body slam. Kaia can now throw 4 counters and the body slam. He actually opts to throw 3. Looking to keep as much health on Vigaroth as possible. Body slam secures the knockout. If Dusclops does return, they've got to be pretty close to body slam range. Body slam is double resisted, but should be enough to knock out. Body slam. Oof, actually doesn't knock out. Kaia actually threw on alignment there, so this next counter knocks out, which it does. If he would have thrown after 4 counters, we wouldn't have took that Ice Punch, and I think that is going to cost us. So moral of the story is, like I say, time and time again, 1, 4 and 7 all the way. This game actually isn't quite over yet. Kaia has a lifeline, but he's going to need to make a catch. So if the opponent is disciplined, they won't allow us to make that catch. Kaia tries his luck. The opponent show great discipline, anticipating the catch, farm us down. We send back out Golbat. We force the final shield with the Poison Fang, and this Dragon Claw is good enough to take that game. GG's to that opponent. Moving on to the next battle, we see Shadow Dragonair into Charger Bug. We've seen this in the Zero Shields. Charger Bug, if it's got good enough IVs, can actually win this. Let's see what the opponent wants to do. This opponent goes straight for the X-Scissor, and Kaia is looking to invest an early Protect Shield. The opponent then pivot out into Vigaroth. We're going to go for the chip and dip, fire off the body slam, and then send out our own Vigaroth. So if you've made it to this point in the video, you'll notice every time the opponent safe switch in a Vigaroth, Kaia always looks to chip it to make sure he can get rid of it with his own Vigaroth. Kaia gets a very nice counter farm down. We leave with minimal HP, but a lot of health. Kaia baits with the body slam. Body slam goes unshielded. Again, we throw 1 counter and the body slam. This body slam will be lethal. Let's see if the opponent wants to shield. They do invest that Protect Shield. I do now have another X-Scissor banked. Kaia could be a bit cheeky, sending out Golbat, anticipating the opponent instant throw in. The opponent actually waits to see what comes in, so smart play from them. We tank the X-Scissor, the opponent then pivots out into Shadow Dragonair, and Kaia very quick on his response to Golbat. We go straight for the Poison Fang. The opponent shields the first, and that should be pretty much game over. Kaia can just shield up whatever the opponent throws. Get rid of this Dragonair with the Poison Fang. We don't even need to bother undercharging. With solo, the opponent isn't going to get 3 Volt Switches. I imagine we might even wing attack farm them down actually. 1, 2. They get off 2. They're 1 short of the move, but 1 Dragon Breath is going to be enough to take that game. Heading into the next battle, we see Shadow Dragonair into, of course, Vigaroth. Pretty neutral, however slightly favoured if you are Vigaroth because you do outpace. It's straight 5s to each body slam, where it takes us 12 Dragon Breaths to each of our charge moves. Kaia invests the protection on the body slam, he then over farms. It looks like Kaia attempts to throw on CMP, but the opponent actually opts to take the extra. Body slam forces a Protect Shield. Kaia actually looking to go all in on Dragonair and just hard force alignment. We shield on the next body slam, commit to the aggressive Dragon Breath farm down. We leave with a charge move that we're going to chuck at this incoming Golbat. Golbat actually opts to tank the body slam, which is very nice for us as it does now put it in body slam range for our cheeky little monkey. The opponent go for the Poison Fang. Do they look to make a catch? The opponent doesn't catch this body slam. As we've chipped in, this body slam will be enough to knock out, and the opponent actually choose to invest the Protect Shield and then smartly throw on the CMP tie. Poison Fang will be secure in the knockout. This is so tough with no Protect Shields. Kaia waits out his clock, sends in Golbat. The opponent build up some energy and then send out a grab. Holy. I don't even think a catch saves us at this stage. Shadow Ball just doesn't get the job done. We attempt to make that catch. The opponent show great discipline. Farm up to the double Rock Blast. 1 Rock Blast will be securing knockout on Dragonair, and 1 Rock Blast will be vanquishing our bat back to our Pokeball. A very cool pick from the opponent. GG's to them. Heading into the next battle, we see Shadow Dragonair into another Graveler. Fucking hell, it's like London buses. You don't see any for ages, and then you see 2 back to back. The opponent safe switches into Primate. I think it's interesting that we're going for the chip and dip here. I would have just went straight into Golbat. However, Kaia is using this team, and I'm learning, so we're going to see what he wants to do. We get baited with a Night Slash. Luckily for us, we don't see a boost. If they got a boost, this Ice Punch would have actually probably been pretty close to knocking out. So again, I wouldn't shield the first move. Back out comes A-Grav. This one is a Shadow one, unlike the last one. So this Shadow Ball nearly one-shot. The opponent does get the Volt Switch farm down. However, this thing is just going to be food for either Pokemon. We send in Vigaroth. The opponent's third is Shadow Golbat Kaia. Not even building up to the rock side. He's just going straight Body Slam all the way. The opponent tanks the first. You can see 2 Body Slams pretty much knock out a Shadow Bat. That is one of the downsides of running Golbat. We reset up debuff, sending out Dragonair. We're actually not going to shield this up either. I probably would have just shielded this up. Look to Dragon Breath down everything. However, Kaia has other ideas. We send back out Vigaroth, throw the Body Slam. This Body Slam will be forcing the opponent's final Protect Shield. Of course, we're going to shield up the Poison Fang. Look to double resisted, counter farm down. Kaia, if I'm honest, I think you made that game far more complicated than it needed to be, but you got the dub regardless. GG's. Heading into the final battle of the video. This has been a long one. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you very much. We see some Shadow and Shadow Crime. Dragonair into Golbat. The opponent goes straight for the Poison Fang, which hurts a lot. The opponent then safe switch into what else other than Vigaroth. We chip him with the Body Slam and of course enter the mirror. Thankfully, for the final time of this video, not even this video, this is going to be my one and only Evolution Cup upload, unless someone submits me something incredibly spicy. So while we're getting in the final stage, I'm going to talk about what content I'm going to be bringing for the final week. We've got like Catch Cup next week. We've got Evolution Cup this week, which I both think are shit. So I'm going to look through my battle submissions and I'm going to bring the best showcases from the season. I've got some absolute bangers to showcase in the Open Ultra League. I'm going to look to get them out. These showcases are going to include a double Incinerate team with Shadow Typhlosion, one of my favourite Pokemon. You know that thing is going to be absolutely popping off. We've also got some Shadow Crawdon action in the Open Ultra League. Shadow Crawdon has an almost identical stat product to Greninja. It's actually slightly more attack weighted and it comes as a Shadow. So the damage output is going to be next level. Once again, a huge congratulations to Kaia Princess. So if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing. If you like your battles featured on my channel, a link to the battle submission form is down below. And as always, a huge thank you to everyone for watching and I will see you all in the next one.